There was a day, and I remember it so vividly, where I sat down on the couch in the middle of the afternoon and just froze. I wasn't tired. I wasn't sick. I was just unable to move. I had a list of things to do that was approximately 1,000 miles long. And my brain, instead of picking just one thing, sort of kind of went just offline. I sat there for what felt like forever. And if you would have asked me in that moment, what was wrong, I genuinely could not have told you because nothing was catastrophically wrong. The business was running, the clients were happy, but something inside me just stopped. What I didn't know then, what nobody told me, was that I wasn't experiencing laziness. It wasn't weakness. It wasn't me being dramatic or that I wasn't cut out for this work. My nervous system had just hit its limit. And my business was the reason why. So today, my friends, we're going to talk about something that I wish somebody would have told me prior to me being on that couch. We're going to talk about the very real and very physical ways that a disorganized backend is dysregulating your nervous system. And I'm going to show you the proof. Before we go any further, I want to make sure that we're talking the same language because nervous system regulation is one of those terms that gets thrown around a lot and it can feel a little abstract. So here's what it means in the context of your body and your business. Your nervous system has two main modes. There's the sympathetic mode, which most people know as the fight or flight, and there is the parasympathetic mode, which is that relax, that rest and digest. And our body is designed to move fluidly between each one of them. You know, a little activation when there's a real deadline or a real threat, a real reason to push, and then a return to calm when that moment passes. But here's what happens to a lot of solopreneurs. When your business backend is disorganized, your body never gets the signal that the threat has passed, so it doesn't relax. The inbox is full, the files are a mess. You can't find things when you need it. There's always something half done or something forgotten, something missing, something falling through the cracks. And your nervous system, which cannot tell the difference between a genuine emergency threat and a chaotic Google Drive, it just stays in that activated level all day long. And here's where it gets really interesting and a little uncomfortable, if I'm being honest. Researchers at UC Irvine found that a digital interruption, you know, the notification on your computer or a tab that needs your attention or an email that takes your focus away, it takes an average of 23 minutes and 15 seconds to fully return to the task that you were doing. 23 minutes. Now think about how many times in a single day when you do have an interruption because you open up your email to find one thing and the next thing you know, you're spending 5 minutes getting pulled into 6 other things. Or you go to your files to grab one document because that's what you're working on and you spend 12 minutes hunting for it. Or you sit down to write and you can't remember which version you have on your computer. That is the current one. Each of these moments is an interruption. Each interruption is 23 minutes lost, spent on recovery time. And while your brain is in that recovery time, that invisible, exhausting work of trying to get back on track, your cortisol levels are elevated. Your body is in a mild state of constant stress. And cortisol, my friends, is cumulative. It builds. It doesn't just disappear when you close your laptop at the end of the day. It's why you can't sleep. It's why your shoulders are up to your ears. It's why you feel exhausted when you haven't even done that much. It's because your body's working overtime, not because of your workload, but because of the friction inside your systems. And here's the piece that really landed for me. Back on that couch when I froze, that's what a nervous system that's been in high alert for too long does. It doesn't just stay activated forever. At some point, it shuts down. It's called the dorsal vagal response. It kind of collapse, a full system shutdown when the activation becomes unsustainable. Frozen, can't move, staring at the wall moment, that's not a character flaw. That's your body doing what it's supposed to do when it's been dysregulated for too long. Here's what I find fascinating and a little bit maddening about the wellness space and the productivity space. The wellness space will tell you to meditate more, breathe deeper, take more breaks, do more yoga. All those things are genuinely wonderful and things that I practice and promote. I'm not here to argue with any of that. And then the productivity world will tell you to batch your tasks, time block your calendar, hustle harder, work smarter. And some of that advice has its place. Again, I practice and promote some of those things. But almost nobody is connecting both. Almost no one is saying your external chaos is creating internal dysregulation. And your internal regulation is making it impossible to fix your external chaos. It's a loop, and you can't treat one side without treating the other. This is the thing that I came to understand in that quiet, frozen moment on the couch, more clearly than I had understood anything in years. The work that I needed to do wasn't just about cleaning up my back end, and it wasn't just about regulating my nervous system. It was about doing both simultaneously, because they are not separate things. Your business is not just a collection of tasks and files. It's the environment that your nervous system lives in every day. And when that environment is chaotic, your body pays the price. When I finally took the time to clean up my back end, giving everything a home, being able to find things within seconds, when I wasn't spending 20 minutes trying to remember where I had placed something or where I had left off the day before, something shifted in my body. My shoulders dropped. My breath got deeper. I stopped dreading opening my laptop. Not because I had done breathing exercises, but because the environment that my nervous system was living in had changed. So let me give you some very specific signs that your business backend may be dysregulating your nervous system, because I want you to be able to recognize this in your own life. The first one is what I call tab spiral. You open your laptop to do one thing, and the next thing you know, there are 23 tabs opening. You can't remember which one you were working on. And your brain is now holding all of those open loops. And open loops are cortisol triggers. The second one is the search spiral, spending more time looking for things than actually doing work. Files saved in 3 different places, notes in 6 different apps. The most recent version of the one that you need is in one of them. And you're going to spend the next 15 minutes looking for it. The third one is decision fatigue by 10 a.m. You sit down to work, and instead of moving forward, you spend 45 minutes just trying to decide where to start, what to do, because there's no trusted system telling you where to look or what's coming next. So every decision is being made by scratch, every single task, every day. And decision making is one of the most cognitively expensive things that your brain does. And the fourth one is the Sunday dread. That feeling on Sunday afternoon where you could be resting, but you're already bracing for Monday because your back end doesn't hold things for while you're away. So you can never fully leave. If any of these felt uncomfortably familiar, my friend, it is not a coincidence. This is information. That is your nervous system trying to get your attention. So here's what I want to leave you with today. What happened on the couch for me eventually became something. That frozen, can't move, don't know what's going on, turned into a full vision download for what it would look like to clean up my business backend and support my nervous system at the same time. And that became Strategic Blueprint. It's my program for solopreneurs who are ready to organize their business backend and their nervous system simultaneously, because you can't sustainably fix one without addressing the other. It's 5 weeks, it's structured, it's supportive, and it meets you where you are, not where you think you should be. If today's video landed for you, if you recognize yourself in any of these signs, if the couch moment felt a little too familiar, the link for Strategic Blueprint will be in the description. No pressure, just an open door from somebody who's been there. And if you're not ready for that, that's completely okay too. Come back next week. Keep watching. Keep listening to what your body is telling you, because your nervous system isn't the problem. It's actually doing what it was designed to do. The environment just needs to change. And if you want to go even deeper into why your brain literally cannot let go of unfinished tasks, the specific mechanics about what we talked about today, I made a video on exactly that. It's called Why Your Brain Won't Rest. And it dives into something called the Zeigarnik effect. It's one of those concepts that will have you look at your to-do list, your inbox, and honestly, your whole workday completely different. I'll link it here. Watch that one next. I think it's going to answer some questions that you didn't even know you had. Stay gold, my friends.